Yes, YouTube, welcome back to Redline Revs. It's been a long time, haven't posted a video, and here I am in my Seat Leon Cupra R. It's been a while since I've driven this car actually, because I have got a new car. I have got a new BMW 335D, and you're going to be seeing some videos on that. But right now, my wife's going out somewhere. We're going to be doing some shooting with the 335D, doing some videos on that. She's going to be taking the Seat to take the kids out somewhere. So I'm just going to get some fuel, get some air in the tires, and talk to you a little bit about why I still love this car so much and why I'm keeping it still today. So I've had this car for about 3 years, and it's a 2004 Seat Leon Cupra R. That's a 1.8T BAM engine, which was the same engine that was in the Audi S3 and the Audi TT back in that generation. So it's 225 brake horsepower from a little sub 2 litre 4-cylinder engine with a KO4 turbo. So it's got a bigger turbo than the Golf GTIs, which had the 1.8Ts had in them. Those had the GTIs had the KO3 turbo and the KO3S turbo, and the Cupra R and the S3 and the TT got the KO4. And you know what? Still today, driving it, it still feels like a fast car. It still feels like a powerful car. I'm just waiting for the car to come up to temperature before we really put it on full boost. And I also want to check the air pressure. There are a couple of things wrong with the car. It is an old car now, and I've always worked hard to sort of keep it roadworthy, keep it family safe, keep it on the roads. But now, you know, I've got 2 kids. I'm really busy with my work, my day job. So I don't really have the time to really keep this car on the road and keep it working perfectly like I did before, which is why I've gone and got myself another car, just so it's less hassle. And actually, when I've got this sort of off the road and this is no longer my daily, it's going to give me more space and more time to modify it and to finish the project. So I still need to get the intercooler on this, and I still need to remap it to stage 2. I've done loads of other jobs on it, and you can see through the videos on the channel, you know, what those are, and get some hints and tips and guides on sort of how to get more out of your own 1.8T. For now, let's get some fuel, let's get some air in the tires, and then we'll take it for a blast once it's come to temperature.
That's fine.
Right, got some fuel. Let's get out of here. I'm just going to quickly show my boy what this car does. So I've got my cousin here riding shotgun with me.
Don't show it too much, yeah?
So this car does have some modifications. It doesn't sound like that from stock. It's got the 3-inch straight through Cobra exhaust, which goes all the way from the turbo right the way back. And it's literally got nothing in it except for a rear free-flowing silencer. I've also got an induction kit on the front with an oversized turbo intake pipe from Badger 5. I've got the oil catch can set up. I've done a few deletes. I've deleted the N275 valve, deleted the PCV valve. And actually, if you step on it, it's still a quick car. Missed the manual gearbox. I've been driving my new BMW over the last week or so, and all the time I was in that BMW, I felt like, will I ever drive the Seat again, and will I enjoy it? But here I am, and actually, yes, I do enjoy it. It still feels great. There are a couple of things that this car needs doing. They're relatively minor, but I just haven't had the time recently. But now I can sort of not use it as my daily driver. I've got an opportunity to fix those things and get it in shape. And I just love these cars so much. I've had 3 of them now. So I had a Seat Leon Cupra, which was a 1.8T, 180 brake horsepower. I also had the diesel FR, which was a 1.9 TDI, and this one, the Cupra R. still feels great to drive when you get a chance to open it up.
Miles per hour on A312, yeah?
Yeah. And this is again, like, the car's not in perfect shape. I can feel right now when my foot on the brake. There's a problem with the anti-roll bar bushes, or the clamps that over the bushes. I need to sort that. It's all just a little bit sloppy underneath there at the moment. The rear brakes, I still haven't put them on the car, but the rear brake calipers are seized, and I've got new brakes for the back. At the moment, we're just braking from the front. How do you feel?
Gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I've still got. I mean, you can see I'm driving it. I know the limits of the car very, very well, and I know exactly what's wrong with it right now. It's really lovely when it's completely on point, but because it's such an old car, and I was using it as a daily, it's hard to keep it like that. But here, we'll see if we can. We're actually nicely at temperature now. There's an ambulance. Sorry about that. Come over here, let the ambulance go. Okay, just blast it back and then hand the car back over to her and let her be on her way. So yeah, I still love this car. I'm still keeping it. I'm going to continue the project. So project Seat Leon Cupra R is not over yet. $60. And if I open the window, you hear how the exhaust sounds from the outside as well, actually. So. Pulls all the way up to 6,000 RPM really well. Wheels shaking a little bit as I'm braking. I think the wheels do need a bit of balancing as well, as the anti-roll bar is slightly out of alignment as well. There's all sorts of little issues, and I can feel every single one of them because I know the car so well, and I don't really like driving cars like this unless they're on point. But I mean, for normal use it's perfectly fine. It's just the way that I get tempted to use the car. I always want it to have it working, you know, perfectly fine and tip top. So what do you think? 15-year-old car
Oh my
with,
God.
with issues.
Like the G-force, it really pushes you back.
It pulls, right?
Oh yes. I'm finding it so difficult to, even though the camera is on a gimbal, and the gimbal is like a very heavy-duty gimbal.
Yeah.
But this car really has thrown the camera off its axis. You'll see it in the video.
It'll do
where
that.
it's gone.
It'll do that.
Oh my God.
Let me just do a quick pull from like, let's say 22nd gear.
Wow.
Not bad for a sub 2-litre engine, is it?
Yeah.
So this car, like, I'm never getting rid of this car. I love this car to bits. And you know, it's still done us well because it's still done all the family stuff that we needed from it over all those years, as well as giving me all of that sort of hooligan fun that I need from time to time when the kids aren't in the car. And it's just not as practical as it used to be for us, given that we've got 2 kids now. So, Seat Leon Cupra R is staying here. There will be more videos coming up on this car. Just stay tuned. Still, you know, a few things to do. Still got to get the remap, the intercooler on, and you know, the usual DIY maintenance guides. So just because I've got a 335D BMW now doesn't mean that the Seat Leon Cupra R episode is over here in Redline Revs. No way. So stay tuned.